Hey everyone, it's Bruce, the Gig Farmer, back again for another lesson. Today we're going to look at how you can take some simple banjo rolls and play with a guitar. A lot of beginners struggle with how do you start your rhythm when the guitar player kicks into a song. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I've got a guitar that I'll be pulling out later to play along to kind of show you what's going on and how a typical roll will fit in with the guitar rhythm. The guitar is going to play a boom chuck rhythm. And we've talked about that before, but it's similar to what you would do if you were doing a pinch on the banjo, something like. This is going to sync you up with the guitar player. It's very important to know your 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you can count this 1 and 2 and, you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can not count it at all. But you need to know where 1 is, because that's going to keep you on the root of your chord. It's going to help you. Let's take an example here. We're going to start with just what I was doing with a little pinch kind of technique to go with the guitar. It's going to sound like this. Another thing you can do is your forward roll. How does the forward roll match up with the boom chuck? We talked about this in several lessons. If you haven't seen those videos yet and you're just starting out, the Easiest Banjo Roll series of 8 or 9 videos might be helpful for you. But essentially what you're doing is a 5-3-1, 5-3-1, 5. If you're doing a 7-note roll, we're going to leave that eighth note open at the end of each measure to give you time to change chords. So it's going to sound like this. And what you need to know is that that top string, that 5, is the 1 beat of the measure. It's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, the guitar is doing the boom chuck. Let's try it. Another way you could play along with the guitar is using the backward roll. 1, 2, 5. We'll again take 7 notes and we'll leave you a gap so that you can change chords. All of these rolls are fundamental. You can never practice them too much. If you feel like you've got it, start picking up your tempo a little bit and see if the roll stays together. Once it starts sounding a little maybe syncopated in a way that doesn't sound musical, then it's time to back off. You want an equal volume, consistency with all your fingers. Most beginner intermediate players will have one finger that might be a little bit stronger on a certain roll than another, and you want to work hard to smooth it out to where you've got a nice even roll. A word on chords here. If you are playing the beginner 7-note roll, this 5-3-1, you need to be aware that when it goes to C, you don't have to make this full C chord here, because your fingers for a full C in the open position are on the 1st string, 2nd string, and 4th strings. So you're not playing the 2nd string, 1st fret, or the 4th string, 2nd fret. if you're doing a 5-3-1 roll. So if you're struggling with chords, keep working on them. You'll get it eventually. But you can do a roll with a partial chord with one finger. You can get a C like this. And when I say D, you could play a D7th, which will work just fine, by putting your middle finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret. So use those single-fingered notes, or chords rather, when you're starting out, unless you can make the full chord. Now, other rolls, the backward roll, for instance. Take a look at what strings you're plucking. 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. Okay, now when you go to C, you're going to need the 1st and 2nd strings fingered. I call this a partial C chord, and I go over this in a lot of my previous videos. But essentially, you're taking your full C, taking the middle finger off the 4th string, but now we just have these 2 strings here, the 1st and 2nd, and we're going to play our backward roll. Now, when you go to D on a roll like this, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, you have a couple of choices. You can take your C chord, the partial C, and move it up the neck 2 frets to the 4th fret and 3rd fret of the 1st and 2nd strings. And as long as you're just playing 1, 2, 5, that'll be a D chord. You could also switch to a D7. However, we're not plucking the 3rd string, so if you were going to do a D7, you would only need one finger. Now, some of the rolls when you're playing with guitar, you might have to make full chords. For instance, let's take the 3-2-5-1, 4-2-5-1 alternating thumb roll. We're using all 5 strings on that roll, so we're going to need a full C chord when we get to that.